And we're live. Sargon of Akkad, how are you, man? Fucking lost him again.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah. I think it's his fucking voice meter fucking thing. It keeps
Probably,
changing.
but I think I might have left myself muted there or something.
Oh,
But,
right.
but yeah, I'm
That's
good, man. How are you doing?
that was a smooth start. Yeah, I'm good. So there's been a fucking shooting at YouTube.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts, actually.
Yeah, fuck. So and you were saying it was a chick.
Yeah, I watched a police statement on Cron 4, the Bay Area's news station, and the feed was bad, but one of the things that we got from it was that it was a white woman with a headscarf, apparently, who shot 3 people and killed herself, or 4 people and killed herself. But the 4 people who were shot aren't dead, and they're in the hospital.
Fuck. That's yeah. A white woman with a headscarf. Wonder where she falls on the progressive stack.
Well, I mean, it is the San Francisco Bay Area. It's a very, very progressive area. So, I mean, I don't think it's unreasonable to to say that it might be someone of a progressive bent, but obviously we don't have any information at all. So anything we say is just speculation on that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, fucking hell, that's pretty dramatic. So yeah, so other than fucking YouTube shootings, what have you been up to, man?
Oh fucking hell, man! I don't know. I'm just honestly, I've been working on a MeToo video. MeToo has become this huge thing, and I'm trying to work on a video on it because it's basically been hijacked by feminists and turned into a man-hating movement, as you might expect.
Well,
Like, if you
it was always a feminist thing, though. It was always a feminist
No, it
mechanism.
wasn't. No, it wasn't. That's the thing, right? It really wasn't. It was a woman thing. There are actually loads of actresses who have come out openly and said we're not feminists, but because they're female, there's not a lot they can do about it. But when it comes to attacking men, the feminists can go fucking wild.
So when do you think when do you see that Me Too got taken over by feminists? So I've always seen it as a feminist fucking.
Well, that's the thing. I think it's because we've always been looking at the feminists because that's what we talk about a lot. And so, if you actually, there are lots of other non-feminist women who are, actors, musicians, whatever, who've got millions of followers and stuff like that, and who have said that they're not feminists, and they're still supporting Me Too because it's things that they have personally dealt with in their lives, rather than the sort of ideological movement that feminism is and wants to, has specific goals. These women just seem to be concerned about the fact that they probably have had problems with predatory men, rich men in the music and film industries. I imagine that many of these accusations are true, but it's the ones outside of the sort of entertainment industry that then they start getting a lot more blurry and less likely to be true. And
Yeah,
so,
but it's accusations of like he was creepy that fucking pissed me off. Like, who gives a fuck? People can
well,
be
yeah,
creepy.
exactly. That's what I mean. It's bullshit accusations. Like the accusations against Lawrence Krauss are that Lawrence Krauss is creepy.
Yeah.
That's what they.
Apparently he did touch a vagina. He touched one vagina.
No. I think you're talking about Christina Rad, aren't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't touch her like intimately, but he touched her like mildly inappropriately. But like she was talking to him and he trying it on with her basically, kind of touched her like leg, her thigh with his hand by like not grabbed it, but like he was trying to flirt, and it was a really embarrassing and cringy attempt. And it made her feel uncomfortable, which is understandable. But she doesn't think that he should be like punished or something. She's just the public embarrassment of him being a cringe lord is enough. And,
I knew she wanted to sort of go easy on him, but I thought it was full gash. I thought it was full.
no. That's the thing. Lawrence Krauss is guilty of being creepy. That's the problem because when it was actually people who were Harvey Weinstein has 13 allegations of rape against him. Honestly, a lot of those are probably fucking true. They probably are. But when it comes to something like Lawrence Krauss, this is way outside the purview because it's completely outside of that industry. And the more I've been looking into it, the more I find Hollywood just to be a really disgusting place. It's like bad people flock to Hollywood. Like it's amazing. You get these naive like people looking for fame and fortune, and then you've got the predatory people who go there because they know that there are going to be people, gullible, young, beautiful people who are looking for fame and fortune that can be predated upon effectively. And it's like, wow, this was kind of inevitable, wasn't it? It's like moth to a flame. It's
but it's all they're also very sort of like skittish kind of thing. They're also very quick to accuse. Like look at Matt Damon when he said, what did he say? Touching someone on the arse is different than fucking incest or rape, and it is. It clearly is.
Totally,
and he was crucified for that. That's fucking ridiculous.
As in fact, good point for pointing that out. I'm going to quickly get that up because I might forget, and that's an important thing because it basically comes into what Ben Affleck was accused of. Ben Affleck was accused of grabbing a boob like 10 years ago. So okay, he grabbed a boob 10 years ago. There's even footage of him doing it because he did it on TV as a prank, and like don't do it. Obviously, it's totally inappropriate, but you can see her laughing at the fact that he's done it, and like, how dare you? He's flirting with this girl, basically.
Yeah, she's sort of going, oh no, I'll just stop that.
Honestly, that's exactly what she's doing in the video. Yeah. And then, like 10 years later, she's like, "Yeah, that was really upsetting." It's like, "Yeah, okay." You look like you got over it pretty quickly, to be honest. And I only say that because we have the video footage. Sorry, it's actually on film. You brushing it off, so don't fucking say you're playing the victim of that. And the thing is, who hasn't been grabbed? Like I've been grabbed in clubs by women. I've been, I had a friend of mine who was like regularly harassed by a woman at his work. No one did anything, obviously, and no one gave a fuck. It's okay. Well, there we go. That's how bad being grabbed once or twice it is. It's not the end of the world. Totally inappropriate. And sure, punish the person, fire the person, do whatever you want. But it's not. It doesn't make them a villain for life. Ben Affleck has been treated like he is, and the thing with Matt Damon saying, well, they're different. Obviously, he's talking about Ben Affleck's situation, and they're just like, no, we're going after you. It's like, no, it's just not the same.
Yeah, there's one of the local pubs near me used to do a Sunday afternoon fucking like an old people sort of like rock and roll sort of swing dance sort of thing. For some reason, we found ourselves down there a couple of times when we were younger, like early 20s. And to get from the deck where we used to sit out and drink beer to the pisser to have a piss, you had to cross the fucking dance floor, and there was just old tarts galore. From the deck to the toilet, you'd have your cock grabbed about fucking 50 times. You'd be fingered.
Older women in clubs when you're like 20 or something is not pretty, is it?
Oh, they're fucking predators, absolute predators.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
What's your take on what was the other one? Time's Up. That fucking sort of fizzled out, didn't it?
Yeah, because there was nothing really else they could do. I mean, they scalped like 100 powerful men in Hollywood and the music industry, and they've done it in other places as well. But like I've been looking mainly within this industry because it's a huge fucking thing. There is just so much that has happened because of this. And like people don't seem to like understand this is a seismic change in the cultures of these places. It's going to be radically different, and I think it's probably going to kill them. I bet we see these industries just shrinking now because the media they're going to produce they have been taken over by feminists. I mean, like there's an article in the Spectator where they're saying this is how much information I have on this. Right, I can literally just pull anyone out, tell you all about it, and you will still have like tiny percentage of what is actually like that needs to be understood for it to be understood. All this is so fucking much, right? But this article in the Spectator, they're like, oh, Hollywood has kidnapped feminism. And it's like, well, feminism has actually kidnapped Hollywood.
Yeah,
this is the feminists taking over Hollywood, and like you're going to find like the women who spoke out against feminism. I bet they're going to find themselves in more of a problem in the future. I bet they're going to find themselves publicly bullied. If they haven't already been, and I'm sure a bunch of them have already been.
What in your take is who's copped it the worst from Me Too? Like, what's the most unjust accusation where someone's life's been torn apart type thing?
Honestly, probably Louis C.K.
Yeah, yeah,
It's pathetic hearing about like the allegation against him. It's like, what happened? He asked us if he could masturbate in front of us, and we felt bad for him, so we said yes. He's
yeah,
not, he's
yeah.
not.
Yeah, the operative word is you said yes. You had a wank in
Yeah,
front of you. What the fuck's wrong with that?
exactly. And the thing is, Louis C.K. is such a pathetic cuck that they felt bad for him, so they were like, yeah, okay, go on. It's fucking
Yeah,
pathetic. And they're like, oh, it's Louis C.K. And he had to put in a fucking gay ass apology.
yeah.
And they
He
were like, no.
apologized. Why did he
Yeah.
apologize? That's a fucking bad move.
Yeah, and yeah, of course, yeah. In his case, he genuinely didn't do anything wrong like there. It's like that's just pathetic. Don't get me wrong, it's gross. Like that's really gross, dude. Don't go up to a random woman and say, "Do you mind if I masturbate in front of you?"
Yeah,
But
yeah. It might be gross, but it's his business.
yeah,
It's not, like,
yeah,
it's
it
not like
is.
they fucking said no. If you want to do something gross, that's your prerogative. Yeah.
Exactly. They could have just been like, "No, that's disgusting," and walked away. But they felt bad for him and instead just said, "Yes, go on." Then it's like, God, that's so pathetic.
Jeez. Isn't that a weird concept, like a pity yes kind of thing? Like there's no fucking no pity yes with blokes. There's no all right, you can fuck me like with blokes.
That's a good point. Actually, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. Oh man! But there have been loads where people, like just random people who are small, like small fry, getting attacked by people who are even smaller fry. And like an example of this is Jack Smith the Fourth from Mike.com, who's one of my favorites.
Who?
Don't worry, he'll probably end up finding out about this. But he was accused by one of his exes. Let me just get a name. Just don't want to misreport the facts here, Jack. Just want all on record. Fuck it, I can't scroll back for the messages.
Fuck it. Just name any name. What happened?
But yeah, so she basically went to Twitter as always and literally just screamed, I can't believe that Jack Smith of Mike.com, without tagging him, of course, is has a flourishing career as a journalist and all the power that brings him while after he abused me and stuff like this. And then she levels some really petty allegations against him. One that he screamed at her during an argument and then stomped
He
out.
screamed. He raised his voice. He raised his voice.
Yeah, no, that was one of them. And then the other ones were that he was cheating on her.
Oh fucking hell! So what? So fucking another chick and raising your voice as sexual assault now.
Yeah, that puts him in the category of abuser, right? And the thing is, I bet that Jack would definitely apply that standard to someone else. Because she even says, he says he's fighting for social justice while he's an abuser of me. It's like, well, that's no surprise to us, love. But
yeah, or he'd at least shut the fuck up and watch it happen.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's like she's accusing him of things that are just really petty, and literally saying, it's about taking his power away or something like that. And it's like, there we go. It's about revenge. It's about hurting people. It's a witch hunt.
It is, yeah. Hey, speaking of Twitter, I recently came off a fucking 7-day ban for misgendering, Mike Rollins.
Misgendering Mike Rollins.
Yeah,
I saw it. Dude.
He doesn't even fucking have a gender. He doesn't have a fucking gender, and how do you fucking misgender someone who doesn't have a gender? Get fucked, right? He's apparently an NB. That's what the kids are saying now.
Oh yeah.
And they spell it out. It's like ENBIE. Yeah, it's non-binary. If you're not down.
But I didn't know that he had finally adopted the label, though. To be honest, so that's interesting to know.
Yeah.
I'll definitely not misgender you by calling you a man in future, Mike.
He's a trans person. Yeah. So music man Mike. That's his fucking handle at music man Mike. Doesn't like being misgendered. Because he doesn't have a gender.
Mike, you can change your Twitter handle, don't you?
Can you? I didn't think you could.
Yeah, you can go in and edit it. I'm pretty sure you can.
I don't know. Are you sure? Are you thinking of YouTube?
No,
I thought
I'm
Twitter was fucking.
I'm really relatively certain, but I mean, maybe it's changed or maybe I'm wrong. You might have to check, but I'm pretty sure you can.
You don't even fucking have a Twitter. How do you know?
I know. I just happen to know this, I guess, or at least I'm sure. I think I know this. I'm not.
Are you fucking Are you prowling? Do you have a fucking decoy? You have decoy accounts?
No,
Don't you?
I don't use Twitter at all.
Oh,
I do.
bullshit!
No. Listen.
How did you see me misgender Mike then? How did you see
Because
that?
people send me links to the. I
Oh,
can still see Twitter.
People send me screenshots, right? Yeah, okay.
Well, no. People send me links to tweets, and I can still view them in my browser. I just don't have an account.
Right.
I actually do have like 2 accounts that like I had made to be able to DM a specific person or something, but I actually can't remember what the handles were or what the login passwords are. So I'm actually genuinely locked out of Twitter at this point. So if there is anyone tweeting who claims to be me, it's not me.
Well, how come you never got back on Twitter? Like, how come you never made a proper account again?
I've got no interest in going on there. It's a shit platform.
Yeah, but it's interesting.
It's such a massive waste of time.
Yeah,
It's honestly such a waste of time. Like in 100 years, people aren't going to be talking about the culture war Twitter battles. You know, they're going to be talking about stuff that really happens.
They might. They might.
Oh, they are. I bet Twitter will be a historical blip, and so like the history books will read. You know, they emailed the email, they published articles, and then there'll be like a 10-year period of the word tweet being mentioned, and then after Twitter goes, the word tweet will fall out of use. History students will have to learn what a tweet is. They'll have to define it. Oh, it's a 140 character microblog.
Well, no, it's 280 characters.
Oh, yeah. Well, there we are. I've been off. But yeah, 200 character microblog, and they'll say, you know, this will be part of the history books, and then it'll be on to the next like common use term or something.
What were they called on MySpace? What did you used to MySpace someone, or was it like?
I never used MySpace.
Didn't you?
No. I'm a real latecomer to social media, really, because I just couldn't be bothered with that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but anyway, the reason I brought up Twitter is because I've just come off a fucking 7-day ban. 2 tweets in, account suspended.
For misgendering music man.
No. That's why I got the 7-day fucking like temporary ban, and so I did that, and I came back, did 2 tweets, and accounts.
Oh, you've actually been properly suspended.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Fucking hell, I didn't realize. And they've done the same to Bunty as well, haven't they?
Yeah. What are they? How can I don't think
Because
Bunty's ever
Bunty
said
was-
anything fucking offensive. That's ridiculous. He's just
He was saying he made an ASCII joke at the expense of trans exclusionary radical feminists.
He made a what?
And that got him banned for life.
He wanted to say he made an ASCII what? A what joke? Yo.
Sorry, yeah, I don't know. My internet's been really weird recently. Every now and again, I'll just get a cut. But yeah, apparently they've just been banning everyone, haven't they? Just anyone they don't like at this point. And they've really just gone hell for leather on it. I mean, like, who isn't being banned?
Well, fucking feminists and shit aren't being banned.
Well, yeah,
but I think that's because like there's no armies of people fucking mass reporting them.
Well, possibly.
Because they're the cunts that do that.
Well, they are. But I mean, I'm surprised. You know, I would have thought the alt-right would do things like that.
Yeah.
Why doesn't the alt-right do that to the SJWs? That'd be funny as fuck.
Well, yeah. I mean, do alt-right people fucking brigade people? I don't think I've seen that.
I've definitely seen brigading on like videos and different areas of like the internet.
Yeah, right.
It's weird that like crowds videos constantly were getting reported, and then on the other side, videos were getting reported. So I think both sides are capable, to be honest.
Oh, but Kraut was directly engaged with like in a fucking.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not saying he wasn't. But what I'm saying is they both do it.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so let's talk about fucking about Dank, man. So is there a protest happening after all? Is this thing happening?
Well, you're not going to believe this, but my country is actually just a fucking meme at this point because we actually need a license to protest against our government. and we need to go to the government to get that fucking license. Yeah, we're not a free country, mate. We're not a free country. I'm not kidding. We're genuinely not.
So it's a permit to protest what in
Yeah,
central
in
London or
Parliament,
something?
in front of the Parliament.
Yeah.
Because like the conviction happened in Scotland, but it's a UK-wide law. This applies to every part of Britain. So it's just the Scots are more SJW than most.
I've heard conflicting things on that. I've heard people say it's just a Scottish thing. It's definitely a UK
people are
thing.
wrong. People are wrong. Yeah.
Right, that settles that.
Yeah. No, I did a video that got temporarily removed from YouTube. I used to go through it. It's. I mean, there's a guy in England called Paul Chambers who was in 2010, I think it was. He ended up getting his conviction for a joke overturned by the High Court because it gone through like, I don't know, 2 or 3 rounds at lower courts, and they're real activist judges at that sort of level, which is why Dankula has been fucking convicted. Because this judge, right, he once convicted a homeless man, of violating the Firearms Act for using an orange fluorescent toy gun
yeah.
as a joke. You know, and it's just like, holy fuck. This guy has actually convicted a homeless guy for that nutty offense of not owning a real gun and making a joke with it. And now he's convicted a comedian for making a joke about the Nazis. Like,
do you reckon these fucking high court judges like go home and consider? I'll just. This is what I'm spending my time on. Fucking cunts telling jokes, cunts telling edgy jokes.
No, that's probably what the High Court judges think. And honestly, Dankula should definitely appeal. Should definitely get it to go higher because this is an important precedent in English law.
Yeah, I agree.
This is important. This is going to set the scene for millions of other examples of this going into the future, or at least potentially, because if it doesn't, if it gets overturned, then in future people are going to be like, yeah, it's just going to get overturned again. He told an offensive joke, it'll just get overturned. It's not, too bad. But if it doesn't, then we'll see less and less people making offensive jokes. And I don't like that. I like offensive jokes.
Oh, it's ridiculous, and it's not just offensive jokes. It's being offensive. I mean, it's not. He hasn't been done for an offensive joke. He's been done for being offensive. So
it's actually, if you think about it, that's the Demolition Man future.
What was Demolition Man again? I don't think I saw.
You not watch Demolition Man? Fucking hell, chat. Can you fucking believe this? I need someone to talk about Demolition Man with them. Okay, so Demolition Man, right? It's a film from the 90s where everyone wakes up. Like the hero is revived from cryosleep in like, I don't know, about probably like 2040 or something like that. I can't remember the date, but it's like a super futuristic, borderless world where everyone's an SJW and everyone is really SJWE, but not like intersectional feminist, just politically correct. And so, like, you get fined if you say a word, and like a buzzer will beep on the wall, and so you've been fined for swearing.
Oh, I think I have seen this, but
like one of the points of it, the villain actually says, "Look, you can't take away people's right to be assholes," and it's like, well, they're going to try. But I agree that you can't. And this is the thing. It's actually, this is the world that we're going to be moving into, where its speech is heavily policed. And I really don't want that because it's not just going to stop with an offensive joke. I mean, if that comes in, that would be worse than the Demolition Man thing. Because I mean, saying and swearing is not a political statement, but something like Islamophobia is. And if that gets you arrested, then you're in trouble because then you can't really criticize Islam.
Yeah, that's right. Was it you who was talking about some bloke getting arrested for a racist comment on a fucking napkin?
Yep, that was Scotland. Scotland's the canary in the coal mine. They're a lot more ridiculous than the rest of the country when it comes to political correctness.
So what did he write? You stupid fucking chink or something on a napkin?
I have no idea. It was undisclosed, probably because it was too offensive. I don't know why, but it was undisclosed. It was just like, why, it was a racist message on a napkin, and we're supposed to go, oh, okay, then that's fine. Arrest someone over that. I don't give a fuck. I mean, if it was in a restaurant, if you don't like what they wrote, you can say, right, okay, I'm afraid you can't come back here. That's fine. The restaurant can say, no, you've done something that we find unacceptable. We refuse to serve you. I can say that. But arresting someone. It's ridiculous. I don't care what he wrote on the fucking napkin either.
They full get cuffed and everything. It's like a fucking. It's like a wanted criminal, like a fucking.
A wanted tweeter. Like, seriously, dozens of people every week are arrested in my country because of Twitter and because of the government. Just, it's insane.
Hey, did you see the latest fucking? I always get your fucking second channel on this one mixed up. The think tank. Did you see the latest think tank video?
Which no, I don't think I did.
I think we're gonna have to watch this. I'm gonna have to. I think yeah.
If you can get thingy working.
Yeah.
Don't impress me. So I love the idea of what Voice Meter does. I just can never get it to work myself, so I've given up.
I sometimes have problems with like the stream repeating back and like echoing. I'll just read a few super chats. Pan Everfree says YouTube got shot up. It did.
Yeah, I know.
Freckinator 2 says, how do you think the shooting will affect you?
I don't know. I mean, it might affect both of us, man.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, isn't it?
I mean, I don't know why, we haven't got any information, but what if the shooter was an employee and they left a manifesto video on YouTube?
Freaky.
Like Elliot Rodger style. But then what if that employee name drops you or me?
Oh, that'd be fucked.
That'd be mental, wouldn't it?
It'd be fucking funny if it was you. It'd be fucked if it was me.
Holy shit. I don't even know what to say. Like, okay. My public position on this is that white women with scarves over their heads shouldn't shoot up YouTube if I need to have an official statement. Seriously though, it's like, well, what, I don't know what's going to happen from this. I don't know why any of this has happened. So, I mean, the possibilities are. I mean, you can't say that that's not something that could never happen.
Yeah. V Gedder says, I love to tune into Sargon for the most surface level of analysis. It's a good compliment.
Well, you can have your opinion and I'll have mine.
Yeah, you get
go and provide a better one if you think you can. I work all the time. If you think what I'm doing is surface level, that's your choice, man. Go watch something better.
Black Fire Song says, Aziz Ansari was also an unjust casualty of MeToo. Oh, that was the Indian actor guy.
Yeah, yes, a good call. I forgot about him.
He just wanted his dick sucked, and he just fucking couldn't read signs. There's no being awkward isn't a fucking crime.
Yeah, he didn't do anything wrong. He's just a geeky, weird guy.
Yeah. Not Lex says, do dinosaurs watch each other's eggs?
Ha ha ha.
Is there something clever about that? What?
No.
Sasha Vaz says, I identify as a white heterosexual male. Good for you. Cody Dudash says, feminists were strong, independent women. Also feminists screaming at us is sexual assault. Sven says, this must be Christy Winter's wet dream. That's a good point.
Sorry, what must be Christy Winter's wet dream?
This stream.
Right. Well, yeah, she's
speaking a low, silky voice.
Has anyone checked Kevin Logan's channel? They're probably doing a simultaneous live stream, and we just completely contradict everything we say, regardless of the truth of anything we say.
Yeah. That's a fucking good point. As much as I fucking piss her off, she's always her pinned tweet is always the Sargon of Akkad thing. It's always or Sargon's raping fucking chicks at MythCon, or fucking Sargon this. So it's never fucking all her other tweets are fucking bearing, but you've always got the crowned spot, mate. It's
sorry, man. I didn't want to. You know what I mean? Oh dear, Christy. I'm never gonna fuck you.
Remember when I used to fucking interject in conversations you were having with her on Twitter with random pictures of spit roasts and
Yeah.
barbecues. Oh, fuck it.
What's weird is that when someone said that to her last time, she literally went on a tirade. Like when I was last on Twitter, posting like vomiting pictures. It's like, Christy, this is looking like you're overcompensating.
Yeah, you're not fooling anyone. You're not
Yeah.
fooling.
It's pretty gross, to be honest, Christy.
Yeah.
I feel I might sign up to Twitter just so I can go hashtag me too.
Yeah, we're not going to date you, Christy. Fuck off. It's just ridiculous. Arthur Mesia says, "Welcome back to Twitter bearing hashtag gender confusion." I just got kicked off Twitter. I just got suspended.
God, I love the way they're almost making it look vindictive now. Do you enjoy that 7-day ban? Yeah, get the fuck off. You waited 7 days, you prick.
Do you want to know what my two tweets were?
Go on.
Hang on, if I can get them. It was I said to Tonkasaw, pay me $1,300 to come and argue on your stream, you fucking shit-eating Nazi fucking internet rapist cunt or something like that.
Holy shit!
Why?
Tonkasaw.
Hang on, you're not up to speed with that. Fucking Hard Bastard. Do you know Hard Bastard?
I can't remember the name off the top of my head. Sorry.
He's a kind of sort of alt-rightish guy. He's actually quite good. I like his videos, but
right.
he made a video ripping apart one of Matt's videos a couple of weeks ago. It was about 45 minutes. I watched about fucking half of it, but it seemed like the first half made sense. It was logical. It was sound. And this guy's fucking called out Monday and Matt, I think, and
right.
Matt's refused to fucking come onto the Kumite or some shit. I'm making half of this shit up, but basically it went like that. And Matt's refused to fucking come onto this thing and debate him, and they've basically put a kitty together, like a fucking a pool, and it's up to like $1,450 or $1,500 for Matt to come on for an hour and debate this guy. And Matt's just going, no, it's not worth my time. No, I don't care. Oh, I'm not. No, you're just idiots. It's fucking ridiculous. Just fucking do it, Matt. Just do it.
Get the money first, I guess.
Oh yeah, of course. But if there's really fucking $1,500 fucking bucks for you to go on someone's channel and talk to someone that you don't like, I mean, fucking.
It depends why. I mean, if I don't know what's going on.
How does it depend why? How does it depend why? What harm is he going to fucking? What's going to happen to him? Is he going to have his leg chopped off?
I don't know. I don't know what his opinion on the Kumite. I haven't been following any of the drama because I haven't been on Twitter, and it's been wonderful.
Well, what's going on Facebook, for fuck's sake?
Just me bitching at communists mostly. Every day a new anti-communist meme. I'm having a great time.
Oh jeez, but that's I'm actually going to respond to Matt on that video. That was sorry, not on that on he did a live stream about it where he sort of responded to this offer, and it was fucking pathetic. I know you're a mate of Monday and Matt, and so am I, to be honest. Yeah. But fucking, I think he needs some fucking honesty. This is been a bit ridiculous.
I mean, is he making a point of principle here or what?
No, he's basically just being a fucking no. You guys are fucking you guys are just children. You're being dickheads and you're not worth my time. Meanwhile, he's got like the fucking the donations bar on his stream. Like $37 out of $500 goal raised, guys. And fucking like
but is he saying it's wrong to raise money from the audience? What?
No, he's just a pussy. He's just being a pussy.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Like, I'm just trying to establish what we're talking about. But like, okay, so.
Matt's original video was about that Trump dossier, the piss dossier or something.
Right. Yeah.
And I think he was somewhat defending that or saying it hasn't been properly debunked or something. And it's. I don't really give a fuck about that. What I give a fuck about is some people are saying, Matt, come and talk to us for an hour. We're going to disagree with you, and we're going to have a debate, but we'll pay you $1,500. Like, donate that shit to charity. Start a fucking college fund for your fucking daughter, Matt. You fucking idiot.
He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. I mean, like,
get fucked. Get fucked. But
what?
Oh no.
Why does he have to?
I'm just no. I'm
I don't
religiously capitalist. All right, fuck you. That's.
Oh right, okay, that explains it.
Oh, but at the same time, he's fucking like he's.
Go on, tell me what.
Someone mentioned on his fucking stream. I think it was I just won $200 on the fucking slot machines. He's like, oh, did you really donate it? Fucking Monday and Matt / fucking donate sort of thing. Like,
did he?
What's that?
Did he do that? Did he?
Well, yeah, and he's refusing this fucking this. Yeah, it really annoys. I'm gonna make a video. You watch my fucking video.
I will watch the video. And then I will watch his video in response, and then I will wish I'd never got dragged into this drama.
Oh fucking hell!
Well, seriously though, like if he doesn't want to go on there, I don't think the money matters. I mean, if he's not going on for his own reason, I don't think he has to take the money.
No, fuck that. But I mean, besides the money, right? He's a guy who goes on, just like we are. He's a guy who goes on YouTube and he goes, "Here's an issue. Here's my opinion on this issue," right? And then when someone says, "Hey, your opinion on that issue. Here's my opinion on your opinion," you shouldn't put up a fucking brick wall there. You shouldn't sort of be too good to fucking to engage. It's fucking arrogant. It's fucking arrogant.
Asked him to come on and talk to you about it.
No, I haven't. Oh, I'm going
to. I think it might be a case of it's Tonka and it's internet blood sports rather than he's refusing to deal with the issue. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I really don't know anything about this, but like, just tweet him or something and say, "Hey, Matt, do you want to come on the stream and we'll talk about whatever issue?" And then he might say yes because it's you rather than because it's them.
That's a fair point. I'm not as toxic as Tonka. Matt,
I'm not saying that Tonka's toxic, but I'm saying
he's fucking toxic. That
I kind of like Tonka, to be honest.
He's a bad guy. Yeah,
really?
You sort of made friends with Tonka, didn't you?
Well, I've seen like I don't know, maybe like an hour or two total.
You've muted again. Hello. Yeah, you're back.
Am I back? Right, yeah. I've heard like an hour or something of, a couple of hours from various clips people have sent me, and Tonka always came across like a fairly reasonable guy. And then I had a chat with him, and he was a really reasonable guy. And so I was like, okay, well, I mean, even if you don't approve of what's going on, that doesn't make him a bad person. But I can understand why Matt wouldn't approve of what's going on. I'm sure he's the butt of many of their jokes. So why the fuck would he give many of their time? Give them any of his time?
$1,500, Sargon.
Yeah, but if they're always a dick to him, why the fuck would he want to?
$1,500, Sargon.
That's the only reason they're in there. I mean, the thing is, though, if I were Matt, I would probably go on there and just I don't give a shit about anything you say.
Go on there and fart and just say,
I'm literally just going to sit here counting down the seconds. So enjoy this for the next hour, or whatever. If you wanted to just piss them off and get out of it, but like it's fine for him to say I don't want to do it. He doesn't have to.
No, I think he does. Anyway, I'm gonna do a response. I'm not gonna be really mean. I'm gonna be reasoned and level headed. It's just I'm a bit emotional about it now. That's $1,500, Sargon, to fucking to get on a stream and say fuck you cunts, I disagree. Don't be a pussy. Just get on and say you cunts are fucking faggots. Fuck you. Thanks for the $1,500. Fuck off. That's all you do. That's all you do.
That would be pretty hilarious. But why don't you ask him on the stream? I'm sure he'll do it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Right? That's a good point. You're welcome on a stream anytime.
He's not an unreasonable guy. He must have a reason for doing what he's doing.
He's usually not. He's usually a pretty reasonable guy. But I found this wanting.
Well, that's the thing. So get him on. But yeah, that's what I say.
Yeah. Anyway.
What's the next thing that's been going on, man?
I've got to get through these super chats, man. Wolfcat Wildcat says, "You guys hear about the shooting at YouTube HQ?" Yep.
Hello. Sorry, my fucking internet is gay as shit. Hang on, I'm just going to switch over to the wireless and see if that makes a difference. I should remain in the call, but who knows how these things. Anyway, what else has been going on, man?
well, not Lex says Sweetie Squad. I don't understand what that means. Yul Zerka says United Cuckdom.
Oh yeah.
Do you get
really
do you get offended when people say Sargon of Akkad?
No.
It's a stupid insult. It doesn't sort of.
Yeah, but there's a reason that I don't call Anita Sarkeesian like Anita something. I don't make up a name for her. I don't call Christy Winters Fisty Splinters.
Why not? It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, but it's also a way of trying to tear your opponent down. And
that's just funny. It's just funny.
Yeah, but it is also a way of doing that. If you're like an online personality, people making up names for you is a way to try and reduce your reputation. And they're doing that because they don't like how much influence you have. Basically, it's an admission of weakness and inferiority.
Oh, get fucked.
No, it is. It is. Honestly, I know. I'm not saying people shouldn't do it, but I'm not personally going to do it. I would rather talk to them as equals.
Yeah, you're okay.
I know.
Pop TV says, "Did you see what Sam Hyde did to you?" Who's Sam Hyde again? Am I out of the loop here? Who's Sam?
Oh, Sam Hyde's a meme. He's a really good meme.
What's
he's
the
always
name?
The shooter, and he can't keep getting away with it.
He's the what? Sorry.
He's always the shooter, and he can't keep getting away with it.
Right.
You'll have to Google it beyond that.
Amy of the North says YouTube HQ shooting 4 injured female shooter. Thank you, Amy.
Yep. Have we got any new news on that, boy?
Yeah, that's a good point. Chad, have we got any new news on that? Sargon, what is your opinion on hydraulic fracturing machine components? I machine components for the industry. Opinion on hydraulic fracturing?
Honestly, I don't really know very much about it. So I can't really give you a very good opinion.
It's where they force fucking steam through. Yeah.
I think it's other gases as well, and I've heard that it causes problems for people in areas that it happens. But honestly, I don't know anything about it really beyond that. It's and that's I wouldn't want to be able to claim that what I know on it I've gone and verified, because I've just seen essentially propaganda from both sides. I've never spent the time to look into it, so I don't really know. Sorry.
I think we had a. Was there a name?
I'm just googling the YouTube shooting thing. If I sound distracted, just trying to find any latest info.
Samantha Hyde.
We shouldn't laugh at this. Christy Winter's going to be so pissed off at us for laughing at this. How dare we?
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I read that. Would you buy jade for 20 shekels? I don't. I'm not. What does that mean?
No, but I'm pretty stingy. It's a Gamergate joke.
Right. She did it because toxic masculinity. CNN says, really?
No, I don't think they do. Let me check.
You never know.
Okay, so the CNN article, 28 minutes old. Female shooter at YouTube HQ is dead, at least 3 others wounded. Shooters believed to be known to at least one of the victims. Law enforcement officials told CNN the three people were wounded. Suspect shooter, a woman, was found dead on campus.
So she was known. She was known by one of the victims.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I just had to pause. I hate the videos are always popping up and playing through my headphones, but no one else can hear them. It's really annoying. So the chief said the dead woman had an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Spokesman for Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital.
Zuckerberg Hospital.
It's interesting, isn't it? Do you think that was built by money donated by Mark Zuckerberg, perhaps?
Possibly.
No, good to see you putting money back into highly affluent communities in the Bay Area, Mark. Good job. You could be winning people over in Middle America by building them hospitals instead, but instead you go for one of the wealthiest places on all of the earth. Brilliant. But anyway, so one 36-year-old man was in critical condition, one 32-year-old woman was in serious condition, and one 27-year-old was also in fair condition. Description of what happened. So people saying they heard shooting and they ran away. A witness told CNN affiliate Cron he had heard 2 or 3 shots and later about 10 shots. He was at a Carl's Jr. fast food restaurant across the street from the end of the YouTube building. A woman ran over his with a leg wound. People at the fast food restaurant tried to use napkins to stop the bleeding. I've heard
A napkin. A napkin.
Tried to use napkins to stop the bleeding, but they had racist messages written on them. Overhead video from KGO showed heavy police presence outside the YouTube building. A crowd of people gathered outside the building one by one, were frisked and patted down by officers. Several roadways near the building closed traffic. That's it from CNN. But I'll tell you what, if it does turn out that she's left a manifesto, I'm very interested in reading that.
Oh, why would you not? Why would you fucking not? Why would you go and shoot cunts and not have a statement? You just have to be fucking mental.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, what would be the point? I mean, I guess just revenge.
Yeah. The Quartering says, "What is this gay shit? Why aren't you yelling at each other?" Fuck you, Quartering. I never liked you.
Fuck you up, mate.
No, yeah, my home. The Guardian says, Sargon V believed me when I told him that the YouTube shooter's name was Samuel Hydberg. V has deleted his stream as a result. Yeah. Should we try and watch this video? I think you'll enjoy this video.
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna fuck with voice meters. The stream's probably just gonna go black. So I'll put the link to this My Circle in.
Oh, I think I did see this one. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I did a video on it, didn't I?
No, I don't think so.
Oh no, this is a different video by the same pair. Right? Okay, sorry.
There's the link to the My Circle.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to Think Tank. Hannah and Brooke here.
Hey there.
Chat, can you guys hear that?
I think I can hear it, mate. To be honest.
What?
I think I can hear your one.
What you can hear?
You've accidentally got it working. That's what I'm saying.
Can you hear it, chat? Can you hear it? Yes. Cool.
Yeah, it is quite ear-rapingly loud as well.
I'm going to do something a little different on the show today.
Okay.
I read an article that changed my perception about a word and a concept that I've been using a lot. And so I am actually going to self-criticize today based off this article.
Oh, she's going to self-criticize.
Oh yeah. You shouldn't do that every day, all the time. What the fuck, Hannah? Do you want to
that
turn
I
it down a
read
little
because
bit more, mate? Because it's still really loud.
Are you getting ear raped?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Changed my opinion. It changed the way that I looked at this thing called toxic masculinity. Now, this man wrote this article for Refinery 29, and it was really powerful the way that he talked about men and what men have been taught, right, from the young age. And so this is not blaming men for anybody. It's
blaming men for...
God, she is annoying, isn't she?
Actually trying to bring men in and to be like, hey, this was not your fault, that this is what you've been taught, that this is how you grew up, and this is what you've been told.
What? This is what men have been told. This is what.
No, dude, this is great, right? They've realized that they can't blame men for toxic masculinity, and so when they say toxic masculinity, they mean masculinity, and so now that they've got to the point where they're like, okay, well, we can't blame men for being men. It's like, well, thank fuck. Like, thank God we finally got to that place.
Yeah.
Makes a man. Okay. So men have been taught sometimes
See?
unintentionally that women are objects and property and have less value than men.
Who the fuck teaches their kids? Who the fuck says, now, son, women are objects and property, and they're not? Who the fuck says that? Except
Feminists.
That collective socialization explains why everyone can finish the sentence. Come on, son, you have to throw harder than that. You throw like a, yeah.
Girls can't throw as good as boys.
Girls only fucking 4 letters. What the fuck? 6. What, you throw like a woman? No one says that.
Well, sorry, what'd you say?
Well, their missing word has 6 letters. So, throw like a.
Oh, that's well spotted. That's well spotted.
What am I throwing like? It's. I mean, it is throw like a girl, obviously, but it's because women aren't very strong.
Yeah.
It explains why far too often men are silent when a friend or
unless they're men, unless they're fucking trans.
Oh, dude, you know the funniest thing about the SJW saying, right, trans men have to be treated as women. Okay, 2 funny things. The TERFs hysterically, autistically screeching in the distance while they do it is amazing. You can I swear I can hear it over the hill somewhere, this echo of TERFs screeching. But the thing is, the SJWs have completely locked them out of power, and so it doesn't matter what the TERFs think. And so the TERFs, like Jermaine Greer, is a fucking TERF, and so she's this world famous feminist. And it's like, so she'll go on a TV program, and everyone will effectively hate her.
And these are feminists that have like written fucking like heaps of books and shit. Like they're full on feminists, and they're not allowed to be feminists anymore.
Exactly, and it's amazing. But the second funny thing is it means that eventually men will literally dominate all of women's sports.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not kidding.
Coworker makes a demeaning joke or harasses a woman in the street. If we question another man's behavior toward a woman, we know our man card will be challenged. Rose before.
Hang on. Whoa. If you're harassing a woman, people don't say you're less of a man for standing up to that guy who was abusing that woman.
That's right.
Like, holy shit.
Whoa. The bro code, man. The bro code. What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Good point. Sorry. Didn't even think. Saw an injustice. Stand up.
Where to fill in this sentence. Now, this ideology has been really reinforced by society, has been reinforced by pop culture, has been reinforced by the media of how we expect boys to really fit in with their manhood, right? Now, we label this kind of behavior as toxic masculinity. I have labeled it before as toxic masculinity.
Oh, hang on. Okay, so it seems when they're like saying, you know, don't take it like a man and stuff like this, I think that like there may well be an angle to this that is trying to get men to stop resisting what they want.
Explain.
As in not like in the same way as like an evolutionary strategy, not something conscious, but like the effect of this will be to try and break down a man's defenses against what these people are suggesting, because by pathologizing masculinity, they're saying, right, this is something that, you know, this is dangerous, this is violent, you don't even know you do it, and so submit to us and do as we say. We'll craft the new man out of you, but you've got to do as we say, and we'll make it so you're a non-toxic man. And by like addressing it this way, they're kind of trying to just remove your last defense against becoming a soy boy.
Yeah, no, they can get fucked.
I hope you're okay with a bit of public crying.
The majority of men and out. Oh, I wish they didn't pull you over to that side. I liked you how you were. I know, but it gives the majority of men and out. This is actually a better way, because men can be like, no, what I'm doing isn't toxic, right? That word is really powerful.
Good self-criticism, eh? Men are cunts.
Yeah.
Self-criticized.
Some men say they're not cunts. They would say that, wouldn't they?
What I'm doing isn't toxic. Like, I'm a good guy, right? I just like, yeah, he made a
saying you're not toxic is fucking toxic. You're toxic.
Yeah. When someone calls you toxic, you tell them to get fucked.
Joke, but it wasn't me that made the joke. right? He said the demeaning thing. I didn't say the thing. I didn't contribute to that. What I'm doing is not toxic, right? And so nobody thinks of their own mindset as toxic, right? I mean, we're all sort of like, no, we're doing better than that. We're not Harvey
Wow,
Weinstein.
that is Hannah. That's so fucking true, love. That's so fucking true.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah.
That is the entirety of the Young Turks.
It's her as well. It's her.
And her personally, but yeah.
I'm better than that, right? And that's a pretty tough pill to swallow, to admit that what you're doing is toxic, even for the most self-reflective person. So if we allow men to separate themselves by saying, I'm not that bad, look at him, that guy's the one who's toxic, we're missing the greatest potential for change.
What if they don't need to change? What if they're a fucking stand-up bloke? It's a stand-up fucking family guy who just is just a really nice guy. What if they don't need to change?
Feminist ideology, toxic masculinity. I mean, but what I love about this is they've just assumed that they are infallible. They've assumed our position is correct, obviously, because we're women and feminists, and we know. You know, the assumption is that there is the problem with the man. Just it's completely, you know, it's axiomatic to the feminist worldview. It's absolutely fundamental.
Right? Toxicity also implies that this type of masculinity is innate to men, and that's just not true. And I really believe that. I know people say that I'm man-hating. There are amazing men out there.
Absolutely.
There are amazing and incredible.
They're just all toxic, and they need to realize that.
I love the way she's like, yeah, I know people say I'm man-hating. Well, it's because it's really how it comes across.
Yeah,
I mean, if they want to call me a feminist hater, I would accept that label.
yeah.
You know, they were like, you go after male feminists, female feminists, trans feminists, you know, brown, black feminists. I'd be like, yes, I do. You know, the common thing is that
all men need to realize that they're cunts, and they just need to stop being cunts. And I'm not a man hater. That's
but there are some amazing men out there. I mean, some of my best friends are men. You know,
Incredible men out there. There are some that aren't. There are bad eggs that contribute to this toxic masculinity, and we need to remember that, right?
I think that's the problem. Like,
look at this. This is amazing. She's the kind of bitch that you know those people who fucking when they're in a conversation, you look at them and you just know they're not fucking listening. They're not fucking listening. They're just thinking about what they're going to say next. They're thinking, what am I going to say? When can I jump in? That's her. Watch this.
She does, but to be fair, I've always found her a little bit more woke than Hannah. Onto the not being
No. I'm talking about Hannah.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about her.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
The black chick speaks, and Hannah's just sitting there going, shut the fuck up. What?
Oh yeah, she's definitely got that expression. That's what I was starting thinking. I thought the black chick was alright actually. She's, you know, obviously in that culture, but she's the one who comes out with the things that are actually worth hearing. You know,
how did that happen? How did that little bubble come up and it says 1488? That's funny as fuck.
I have no idea.
someone did it. I didn't know you could do that. That's awesome. Fuck.
men are not toxic. And so sometimes we allow people to hide from a label. And sometimes when the label is that bad.
What's that?
She does look like she's not listening. She's just fluttering her eyes and just
yeah. She's like, all right, you said your piece. You're just a guest speaker, bitch. Shut the fuck up.
You need to accept it, and you need to take a look at yourself. Because as much as we can say, you know, it's not your fault what you were taught, it is your fault what you do once you become an adult in this country. And when you're interacting with other people, I feel very strongly about that. And some of their behavior is toxic, and they're only saying, well, I'm not toxic, not because the word toxic gives them a cop-out, because they are looking for any cop-out, and because they are not taking.
What the fuck is she saying? What the fuck are they saying?
No, I'm with her, right? She is right. There are people who are like that. But the idea that like this only applies to men is wrong, and we only ever hear this idea in the context of it only applying to men. So, you know, she's not wrong. There are bad people. Obviously,
of course, there's bad people, but there's
of course. Yeah, I know. It's so remedial. Why do we even have to talk about it? But Hannah literally has to do this episode, fucking saying, "Well, you know, I've got to remember that it's hashtag not all men." It's like, isn't that your fucking go-to line? Not all of this thing. Fucking pisses me off, you know.
Whoever did that speech bubble didn't put anything in it. They're funny.
Come on, you need to work harder on those speech bubbles.
This could be fucking epic.
of a look at at themselves, because those examples that you just called out, those are things that are easy for men who want to be better and want to treat women as equals.
Take out of
They're
their vernacular.
absolutely easy. It's easy to see two men making an awful sexual comment about a coworker, and it's easy for another man to say, "Hey, that's inappropriate," because if it were his wife.
Bearing, if anyone says something inappropriate to you, I'll step in like a gentleman. That's exactly. I'll be like, "Excuse me, good sir. He's a very fine chap. You don't talk to him that way. Thank you very much." Because that's what I do for a woman. And if I'm going to treat a woman like I'm going to treat a man, then I have to now do that for you. You fucking. How gay is that?
Hey, chat. There's that's the URL there. That's the URL to this My Circle page. Jump in and do some funny speech bubbles.
Yeah.
If it were his little sister, if it were his mother, he'd be quick to say it, you know.
Yeah.
And so I don't, and he would know that behavior was toxic if they were talking about his mother. And so I think that we watched Paula Deen talk about how she refers to Black people she didn't like.
What's that?
Men defend their mothers, but they don't defend other women. They must hate women.
She's fucking stretching it, isn't it? Isn't she? This black chick? Look at Hannah's face. She's like, "Fuck you, bitch. This is far too long for a guest speaker." You know.
Because the N-word, and we allowed her to say, "Well, I'm not racist," because the word racist is people
I love the way that guest speaker. The thing is, right, like the term guest speaker will probably apply to all of the white hosts with the brown co-hosts and the brown guest speakers. Look, we've got a diversity initiative to have guest speakers on. What does that mean? Brown people, sometimes disabled, sometimes trans.
Oh, we're getting some good speech bubble action now. Look at that.
They would rather they're more upset about being called racist than they are about looking at their own racist behavior. And a lot of people had to say, "No, Paula Deen, you are racist. And if you'd like to change that."
Did you know, fucking back to Mark Rowlands for a sec. He actually said the other day, he said on Twitter, he said, "It is literally impossible for us to harass Bearing because it's a power thing." He has more power than us, so it's impossible for us to harass Bearing.
Okay, well then it's not about the right or the wrong of the fucking event. Then it's just who's winning.
Yeah.
So if you're basically what he's saying, mate, is it's okay for you to harass the fuck out of him now.
Yeah. And what's power? What does he mean by power?
I guess number of people sending him messages.
Subscribers. Fucking. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ.
But what I mean is, like, he's just completely morally justified everything you do. Good job, Mikey.
That we're open to listening, but right now and before you're racist.
Yeah.
Like, not right now, but in that moment.
This is quite fun. I'm gonna have to do this more often. This speech.
Yeah.
I mean, and I think that you don't need to placate to bad men and say it's not toxic. No, it is, and you are, and you need to. If you don't like the way that sounds, then change your behavior. But I'm not gonna
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Jesus.
Oh my God, yeah.
To change what I call it because it's bad, and you have the ability. And if it were something that affected you, you change it.
Well, I think where this article gets at, and where I land myself with this article, is the fact that we live. It's not.
So she didn't comment on what the other chick said. She didn't say, "Oh, that's an interesting point." She said, "This is what I think. Shut the fuck up."
No, she's desperately trying to make up a point now because she literally wasn't listening.
It's not always
that's a great screenshot. Screenshot.
Bear with me. Okay, bear with me for this, okay? So it's not always the men. I mean, men do toxic things, yes?
Not all, but yes.
Right, but they were brought up in the toxic culture. Like,
they were brought up in men were brought up in the toxic culture. Fuck, this bitch is dumb.
All men have been socialized to view women as objects, the property of men, and less valuable than men. All men in our current society have been brought up by that. You cannot deny that.
No, I think
you can't deny that. Fucking hell, Hannah, calm down.
Resistance
all men. Can you go back just a second? Get that back up on the screen. What she
I don't think I can. Have you got control of it on your side?
Oh, I don't know.
This intimidates me because see the things that just there. I don't think I can.
No, I don't think we can. But didn't she say all men are socialized to believe that women are the property of men?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And then she said, all men, literally all men are raised in this toxic culture.
That is insane. That's a feminist's opinion on what toxic masculinity is.
Because the society, it's the media, and that is not men's fault for that.
But in adulthood, a lot of men have come out of that.
Exactly. But
shut the fuck up, you're pushing it, bitch.
And the outcomes of that collective socialization don't just manifest in men who behave badly, but it's also, and those are the men that we can easily label toxic, right? It impacts all of us. And the idea of toxicity leaves too much room between us and them. So what we need to do is really, this is what we talk about a lot on the show, is raise our young boys differently, raise our young girls differently, and promote a healthy relationship between men and women, promote a healthy understanding of what it means to be a man, and remove that sort of like
weird bubbles are fucking on point, aren't they?
Rise soy boys.
No, but seriously, right? She's like, right, men are the problem. We need to raise them differently so they're not men. It's like, is that not a genocide of men then? Like, the MRA is not right. No, I don't know. I'm sure they're not saying there's a male genocide going on. But seriously though, like the implication that people are just fundamentally wrong, and the people who are wrong need to be bred out, is pretty fucking weird. Yeah. It's kind of eugenicist, isn't it?
It is, yeah, it is.
Machismo, like I need a gun and I need to treat women like they're my hoes, and really instill.
Who does she think she's representing there? Like, she's talking about like gangster rappers?
Yeah. She represents the human race.
Man, or what it means to be a woman, frankly, it means to be a good human. And to treat others like you would want to be treated, to treat others equally and work for justice for all. That's what it means to be a good man or a good woman. And I think that's what we really need to get at, right? We're talking about this like manhood box, right? This box that we put men in. This is what you can do.
Manhood box. A fucking man. What?
these speech bubbles are fucking woke.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Like, you hold a gun, you're not holding a Barbie.
Right.
The women are, cleaning the house.
What is she blithering on about?
Right? Like,
Barbies are not guns.
What are Barbies and guns? What the fuck are you talking about, Hannah? It's hard to follow her because she's insufferable to listen to.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic watching the speech bubbles like decipher though.
Well, that's what you say. I started reading the speech bubbles and then I realized I wasn't listening to her. So at least she's talking about Barbies and guns. It's like, oh fucking hell, Hannah.
Daddy brings home the bacon, like that kind of stuff that we teach young boys that are so tied in with their masculinity.
Come from a posh family, I bet.
Stop white-splaining, bitch.
We need to do better at that because.
What's that?
Both of my parents worked. You know what I mean? It's not like holy shit.
If we do just say like toxic men and good men, there's no gray area.
We're not just saying that, but I do not believe labels are bad. I believe labels are important, and you're not only labeling; you're still doing all of that work. But I think labels are important.
No, I hear what you're saying, but I think here and here there leaves no room for gray area, because there could be an amazing man who still, here and there chuckles at a joke, right? An inappropriate joke.
What?
That was so ridiculous, right? There's an amazing man who's still here and there chuckles at a joke, her literal words. Just
and in those moments he was toxic.
And yeah, I hear what you're saying. I would rather have more area between and be like, look, like this is what you were brought up in, and I understand that socialization plays a huge role in how we behave. Absolutely, right? And so we need to recognize that and recognize the box that men have been put in, and be like, you know what? We are going to promote a more healthy relationship and move forward.
That's quite possibly the most misogynistic fucking thing I've seen all day. That was fantastic.
But you didn't think it was trans, though, did you?
Leave that spectrum and you leave that, not so black and white. You allow men who maybe had that moment to be like, oh, I fall within the spectrum. But if you just say toxic and not, the chances are the guy who does like the more innocuous stuff.
I can't believe she's still talking.
Toxic. But if we allow this
every minute or so, I get brought back to the fact that she's yammering on.
Exactly. I'm reading the speech bubbles. The speech bubbles all disappear for a second or two, and I hear her sort of something inane. And honestly, at this point, it literally just seems like women whining. And this isn't like arguments being made. This is just them in their kitchen having a whine. And this is why like, the default response can literally be, I don't care, deal with it. And that's a refutation to everything they're saying.
Yeah. Look at that face.
Yeah, look at the skeptical face. Holy shit. Jesus. Hang on.
No, I'm talking about Hannah. Look at Hannah's.
Yeah, but look at this is so fucking great. I'm going to screenshot this when somebody's disappeared.
behavior is all unacceptable, but there's definitely a spectrum. It's easier to be like, oh, yeah, sometimes I do this. I'm not that bad. But
is that a fucking sewing circle?
Sometimes I do this and I can be better at that. And I think that is what the core message of this was, and that's what really resonated with me.
I respect that. I feel totally differently. I feel like, because think about like how women are with that, the toxicity that does come with the way men are raised comes a
Quadroon lives do matter.
And
Quadroon lives matter more.
The fact that without worrying about how heavy the label feels, there are so many men
we're talking about
who are just not like that, and who are understanding, and who are listening, and who are feminists themselves, and who treat women as equals, and who
are rapists.
Catch themselves and willing to listen to others.
But what you just said, let me call out what you said. They catch themselves making mistakes.
Yeah.
And so I think part of that, this is not saying no men do things that are the label is bad, and I'm disagreeing with that. Okay. Yeah. I think when you allow for more broader understanding of what's acceptable and what's not, people can more easily can see that in themselves and be self-reflective about that and find change.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, we just did the same noise. That's cool.
Yeah.
I
wonder where you get.
I just stopped listening. They are just insufferable to listen to. And the chat was way more funny.
It's just an endless dronies. That's funny as fuck. Imagine the fucking videos you could do with that. Like you could get some good. I'm gonna ponder that.
Man, I really hope I get my meme channel back. I miss doing silly things with that channel.
Your meme channel?
Yeah.
What's your meme? Is that the Thinkery?
Yeah, no, that was the one I had before that. The Destiny got suspended.
What was that called?
The new meme deer.
Oh, that's right.
I had some great stuff on that. But anyway, right, okay, man. I'm gonna head off. I think.
Yeah, no worries, man. Yeah, that was funny. I'm definitely gonna fucking ponder that. Some funny shit could come out of that.
Yeah. What's the? I've got the program in my.
It's fucking. It was just mycircle.tv. Anyway, you fuck off. I'm gonna read some.
Yeah, man. All right, cool. All right. Take it easy. Bye. When I figure out how to fucking close the thing. Seriously, I've got like a million fucking browsers open.
Just hit the pen. Hit the pen.
I'm trying. I'm really trying, man. Anyway, no. Thanks for having me on, man.
See you, man.
Take it easy. Bye.
New Vogue says, I'm going to meet Jordan Peterson in May. What should I ask him? Something lobster related? I wouldn't know what to ask Jordan Peterson. I don't know. Belial says, Peg V. Makuta says, pay me $1,500 to debate you. Go fuck yourself. You pay me $1,500. Josh Meyer says, YouTube banned gun demos, so now they're hosting them. Nice. Matthew Blood says, what can I do as an Aussie to defend free speech? We'll just we could have our own fucking problems upcoming here, mate. So just chill. Piss Juggernaut says fuck all. Squirrel Knight says Vigde is right. The Brits will sing praise to Allah long before the Germans will. Darth Zakath says fuck all. Makuta, the Luroka says, hey, read my name, Patty. Vigde says, the Germans were right. The UK is in the toilet because it is a society that values leisure above all else. Germany doesn't have this priority. So unlike the UK, it actually has a chance of recovering. And I think that's about it. Yeah, it's been fun. We'll have to do some more with that speech bubble thing. That was fucking rad. Fuck. No, there is more. Sean M says, any response to ABC's rap planning diss track response? I'm not going to do a diss track. Yeah, diss tracks are gay, but yeah, I'm gonna have to say something about that. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how it's going to be different to what's already been said. Makuta says Sargon avocado. Matthew says with 70% of the men in prisons that are brought up and raised in single mother homes with no male role model to teach/train them toxic masculinity. Why the hell don't they act/behave better? Otaku Bullfrog says these women have wine and cheese parties. Aussie Mandia says, have you seen the shooting at YouTube HQ? Ian Ross says it's men, not infantilized soy boys. Vgd says Sargon's troll game is so rudimentary that it's only effective against the lowest hanging fruit. Now that he faces less pathetic detractors, he must strategically take the high road. It's the only way to deny them the very tactics he used to employ. Righto. Household Dog says, does Hannah realise that only dumb women get mansplained too? Merck says, I'm not sure if you're following this, but there has been a mass shooting at the YouTube headquarters. We're following it. Dangerous Spaces says, so Hannah and Token are saying it's men's fault that they are sinners, and if women do the same behaviour as men, it's still toxic masculinity. Fucking some shit like that. Not Lex says it's is strange magic the mum of your dinosaur. I wouldn't have a fucking clue what that means. Mr. DJ Fly High says, I wonder how Hannah is going to react when she sees that the shooter is a woman. Is she going to blame toxic masculinity? Fair question. Not Lex says, Andy Worski has a higher IQ than Sargon. What did Andy come in at? About 110, I think. What? Yeah. Johnny Medlar says, Sargon speaking in Concord, MA on April 16th. Shout out, bud. Squirrel Knight says, why do you fuck ignore so many super chats? I don't. I'm reading them now. I appreciate them. Magog says, how is it, fellas? Worship me always. Ant says, any and all nerds sub to the quartering. He's a good bloke, the quartering. Zen Zukin says, non-toxic masculinity was internalized misogyny. Helmut says, she did it because toxic masculinity. CNN says, Inferno Chill says, Trump persuasion tactic 101, crooked Hillary. And that about does it. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for the speech bubbles. They were fucking epic. We'll have to do more speech bubble shit. But yeah, I'm fucking off. I'm tired. I'm gonna sleep. Have a good one.